Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Trading Table. This is Andrew. Joined with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers of the market, what to watch for this week, and more. This week, I predict is going to be pretty boring just because we don't have a lot of earnings, not a whole lot of economic data releasing. There are a few things in there, like we do have PCE data, but we could be in for a choppy week. Nevertheless, something could happen, so don't set your bias on what I'm saying because things can change. You have to adapt in this market. But looking at our heat map here, right? On Friday, we were pretty neutral, and if we look at SPY's chart, you can see neutral, right? Very, very choppy day. For this week, I could honestly see SPY pushing lower here. I think we could be pulling back a bit here to push new highs, so that is perfectly fine. And a good example of pulling back to push higher highs is PDD. This is literally my golden calf right now, okay? We've been trading PDD since we got the play from the bot, right? And the play from the bot, if I just pull it up right here, released on, for the first time, it released in May, on May 12th. That was our first PDD play. Our second one was on the 3rd of June, and our third one for PDD was on the 10th, right? And actually, sorry, we did have a fourth one on the 12th. So the amount of money in PDD is unbelievable. They're all at relatively the same strike around the 160 area. And when there's that much money flowing into a stock to the bullish, upside, it's a no-brainer in my opinion, right? It could still not work out, but I'd say the chances it works out are a lot higher than it not working out. So golden calf right now, PDD in pre-market on Monday. I do want to see it climb higher. I am holding a contract. If you guys are in our Discord, please join if you're not, because we're going to be watching this very closely, and this is like probably the best stock that's going to be on the market this week, in my opinion, right? I waited till, it touched around this 141 area, and then I hopped in. It wasn't the best entry, but entry doesn't matter when you're up in profit, okay? I mean, it doesn't matter where you could have entered right here. You could have entered right here. You're still up. So, on Monday, we'll reevaluate this. And if you guys want to get in, just let me know. Mention me in the Discord. I'm always on. I don't sleep, I promise you. And we'll get that sorted, right? But, the reason that I am kind of hoping for a SPY pullback here, or the reason that I do think we could have a SPY pullback, is NVIDIA pulling back, right? And, when NVIDIA moves, SPY moves. So, NVIDIA is now, I think it might not be the top weighted company anymore. Yeah, it's not anymore. But for a brief period of time, NVIDIA was the highest weighted company in the world, right? It was valued at around like 3.4 trillion. So, nevertheless, doesn't matter what they're valued. They move, the market moves, right? We are in a period where the market isn't correlating too heavily, but that seems to be coming back. If we look at this date right here, this price action, right? Remember that. And then we look at, the price action for SPY. It's pretty similar. So it looks like we're resuming that correlation. But yeah, NVIDIA, it jumped off of this 140.76 support, and it just kind of downtrended for the rest of the week. So NVIDIA, I could see some more downside there in the short term. But jumping over to Landon now for our big money plays from last week.
Yeah, Andrew, for sure. A very hectic week in terms of big money plays for last week. Some notable ones are for ticker symbol TSM. Just to reiterate the play for you guys, call option contract, strike of 190, expiration of 7/19/2024. And in terms of the money and volume, all solid. And I mean, look at this movement, guys. You could see where the bot called it and crazy profit there. Moving on to HIMS, another good call from the bot. The bot called it at around uh, looks like 9:58 a.m. And I mean, great movement there as well. Expiration of 8/16/2024, so still some time on that one. SERPTA, or ticker symbol SRPT, a call, strike of 175. Expiration of 8/16/2024. Solid money there as well, and great movement as soon as the bot called it. All around solid plays from Friday. And then we also have a lot of money for gold, ticker symbol GLD, the trust, right? Um, a little bit of a pullback there on Friday, but overall for the future, um, definitely a lot of upside potential. I mean, we have a lot of money, a lot of big money saying it's going to go up. Um, but in other news, something that's actually really going to be something quite to watch. Um, we have our first presidential debate. I mean, that's going to be very interesting to see because they're going to be talking about economic issues, inflation, things like that. So that'll be something to watch. We have it on Thursday, just in case you guys don't know when it is. Um, and then moving on from there, uh, another thing to watch is going to be Disney and Spotify. So recently, an article came out saying that they're going to be really pushing AI into their platforms. More specifically, for Spotify, this is what the global head of advertising said for Spotify. Um, he said, "I think AI will be a great complement. I think it enables you to scale creativity." He said he's going to implement it into his software UI and kind of help. I mean, I guess help get consumers the music they want to hear. But overall, we could see a lot of upside potential for these stocks because whenever people use, I like to call it a magic word. The magic word of AI. A lot of hype goes into that stock. I mean, look at Apple, Microsoft, all these companies that say the word AI, and boom, the stock absolutely shoots up. Um, for the Disney president, she said she was basically just saying that for the streaming platforms, they're going to try to implement AI, just so, kind of make it more personalized so you could see what you want to see, especially for like sports and stuff. But that'll be really interesting to watch as well. Overall, going to be a pretty good week. Let's have another solid week for sure because last week we were making profit like there's no tomorrow. But back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, Landon. I mean, guys, you don't have to like trade these options, right? You can always pick up some shares of these stocks that are mentioning AI, right? And I do really like that both of them are not, at their all-time highs. And I'm not really sure why Spotify's chart is loading like this, but if we do take a look at it here, the high was back in February 2021. We're not even at all-time highs for Disney or Spotify. So it could very well, magic word comes out like Landon said, and we see some upside. But I'm definitely going to be watching DJT this week, right? I feel like DJT will kind of track Trump more than like the actual company of Truth Media. So, keep an eye on DJT. It could get pretty volatile here. I mean, DJT, since its IPO, has been volatile, but, just keep an eye on DJT in this upcoming election because it can definitely see some movement based off of just Donald Trump, right? I mean, it's literally named after him. The ticker symbol is DJT. So the news involving Donald Trump can definitely impact DJT either to the upside or the downside. I remember when his trial, trial proceedings were released and he was charged, right? We saw a huge, huge downtrend. So, just that's like an example. If something comes out and it's like, wow, he's, guaranteed to be president, don't be opposed to some calls in this stock, all right? And for all of you who don't like Donald Trump out there, I hope you like money because trading, you shouldn't be, not trading his stock because of that, right? Looking at the dollar, though, like Landon said, we do have a lot of money in gold, right? I would say we're definitely not in a downtrend anymore. So just keep an eye out for those plays, right? We do have GDP growth rates Q quarter on quarter and durable goods orders. So those can both affect the market, especially the GDP growth rate. If this number comes in bad, watch gold to the upside, right? And then on Friday, we have personal spending month on month, personal income month on month, and core PCE. Personal spending, personal income. I don't think those will affect the dollar too much, but core PCE price index, yeah. If it comes in hot, definitely will affect it. So just keep an eye on gold. Throw that on your watch list for this week. And let's jump over to earnings. So looking at our earnings for this week, right? Really, really kind of boring. I mean, maybe MU, but other than that, Carnival. I know there's big money in Carnival. If I just pull up the play real quick, we have CCL 20 calls expiring January 17th, 2025. I personally hate Carnival Cruise Lines. I think it's Section 8 of cruising. So definitely, I'm not bullish on Carnival, but whoever that is. So, props to them. Um, we have, Walgreens. I know there's a lot of long-term investors in Walgreens. So, I mean, keep an eye on that if you want to trade any of these. But yeah, this is our earnings for this week. Once again, Friday, PCE. Keep an eye on that. Wednesday, home sales change, crude oil inventories. Unless you're an indice trader or, you trade energy stocks, I don't think crude oil will really affect you too much. So, yeah, guys, but that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning to the Trading Table. Please be sure to check out our free Discord. Link is in the description. You have nothing to lose by joining. This has been Andrew and Landon, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.